What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. It is the 26th day of April. Here we are at about $1.43 with roughly 9 hours and 27 minutes left in this day, but also in this week. It is the end of the week here. We haven't done a whole lot, and over the past couple days, we've figured out, or at least come to the conclusion that I believe, this move up to $2 that we were expecting, that we've been expecting now for quite some time, it's just not happening. It's probably not going to happen. If it does happen, I think there's still time for it to happen. XRP does make these very fast moves at time. I mean, at times it really could happen in a day within this next week, but you are in this period of crunch time right now where it's either going to happen or it doesn't happen, and I'm a little skeptical at this point in time. Maybe we see a move that takes you up to about $1.80, something like that, and then we reject instead. I just think if we were to move up to $2, we would have seen more strength than what we've shown over the past month, really. So the thought here is not that we're going to break out and go down and plunge below $1. I don't think that's going to happen. I do think $1 will hold. Maybe we bounce off $1. But I'm also not expecting that we even go below this low. I'm thinking that we could go lower, break out of this trend. Maybe we try again. Maybe we see a lower low and we get some kind of double bottom overall within this range. And then going into the later parts of May and maybe even into June, maybe that's where we see our little rally come in. But again, looking at this trend line here, if we were to take this into consideration and connect the dots, right? Let's see if we can wiggle this down. There we go. If we were to connect the dots here, going above or around $2 kind of made sense back here. Kind of made sense, right? $1.87. If we were to go above here, it's very common not just to reject these trend lines, but it's actually common to find resistance just above these trend lines. And what's just above this trend line here? $2. $2 right there. I mean, if we take an overall high here, put it at the low point here, it's right at the 0.5. It kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense, right? But also finding resistance just above the 382, coming up and finding resistance right there at the 382 area, that also makes sense, and that still is right above this trend line as well. As time goes on, this trend line comes down. I do believe at some point we will find resistance above the trend line. That's really what I'm getting at here. But as time goes on, if things go the way that I think they're going to, that high point will be lower. Does that make sense? And at this point in time, again, I'm under the presumption that if we were to make our way to $2, I would think that we would be higher than we are now. If Bitcoin's making its move up to 78, 79K, we're all the way up here. Let's put on the regular candles. It's taking its sweet time. I would think that XRP, I mean, look, Bitcoin literally is at higher levels in its range. XRP is at lower highs. It's not what we want to see in it's not just XRP. A lot of altcoins are underperforming right now versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin rallied, and we forecasted that. I forecasted that altcoins would rally more than Bitcoin. It just didn't happen, but that's okay. Some did. Most of them did not. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who's kind of left wanting more, right? But that's the whole idea here. I think a lot of people are waiting for the other shoe to drop as if we're going to get some recovery. I think we would have seen it by now. So instead, we're going to go through some despair. I don't think that it's going to be terrible torrential. I think it'll be discouraging, and in that discouraging capitulation, that might be where we build a base to actually see higher levels in price. Okay, so we look at this here on the short term, on the 1 hour time frame. Choppy sideways weekend shenanigans stuff. I mean, we definitely don't have to go above this low. This doesn't look bullish in my opinion. The RSI has taken a bearish hint. Stochastics are kind of bullish here, but it's the 1 hour. We're choppy and sideways. I'm not going to weigh on that too much. The RSI on the 4 hour time frame looks bearish, if I'm being honest. The stochastics also look bearish. And the MACD, man, you bounced off the zero twice and you did nothing. Now you're looking like you want to cross through it. I think you will. That's all bearish. You kind of look like you're slipping right here even a little bit. I wonder what we're seeing here with volume. Let's just see. Let's wait and see. Come on now. Maybe not. I don't really care. Volume doesn't matter. We're probably not getting a lot of volume anyways. It's the weekend, so who cares? Looking at this on our 4-hour time frame, again, everything has a bit of a bearish hint to it. We look at the daily time frame, rejecting the overbought zone. The last time that you rejected the overbought zone, you came down. This time, we're kind of dilly-dallying. And originally, I had forecasted that this would be something that we build from. I just did not expect in this time that Bitcoin would have made the move that it made, that Bitcoin itself would have gone up this whole way. I thought we would have found resistance, came down, you know, maybe do our thing, consolidate. I didn't think that we'd be at a point of which, to me, is very clearly a selling point, a point of resistance, a point of contention at which we will probably not prevail, but rather break down from. So even though we are consolidating like this, exactly like how we predicted at the lows, I'm not bullish about this right now. And the daily RSI gives me some bearish conviction. The stochastics don't look the most exciting right now. The MACD crossed above the 0. That's a great thing. You did it. You found resistance here, showing that you're struggling. You finally got above it. Great. And this is what you got. Bupkis, man. It's not good enough. And that just makes me think that we're going to come back down. When we come back down, we likely will see lower lows. And if we see lower lows, I think it's completely appropriate to take this low here to this high here and do a fib retracement. That would take us down maybe to our golden ratio zone. We found support at the golden ratio once, twice, and now we've rejected the 236 area twice. We're going to come down probably to the 786, 886, somewhere between $1.22 to $1.17. That'll be where our low is in conjecture with these lows here, probably, right? A little bit like that. I can't draw a straight line. I don't even know. Let's see. That might not even be appropriate. Let's see. Yeah, maybe not. I was just drawing a straight line. I thought for some reason that this went lower, but that's actually a higher low. So, but nevertheless, 2 times at the golden ratio zone, can't get above the 236. Makes me think we're going to go to the 786, 886, $1.22 to $1.17. From there, maybe we can work something out that does take us around $1.70, $1.85, something like that. And then we start the plunge below $1. This will all develop over the coming weeks, over the coming months. I don't believe that we're going to see prices below $1 at least until maybe the end of June, but probably like July or August is when we'll see prices below $1, if not later. But that's my thoughts. That's my opinion. I've got nothing else to say for you. So hit that like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one, okay? Bye-bye.